Hello, old sport. How you all doing out there? How you guys holding up? Wait. What y'all saying now? Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. Yeah. How y'all doing, man? What y'all about to do today? What you about to do with all this money, huh? I ain't never seen no money like that, huh? I heard y'all. Oh boy, I heard y'all done got them $1,200 checks. Hey, let me tell y'all a little something about wealth, man. I done got sent $1,700, so I know a little bit something about how to bring in that wealth. I'm sorry, I'm just in a good mood because when those prayers go up, those Trump checks they come down. They just go right into your balance. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to give a little special shout out to my only child for motivating me to get this extra $500. I just you just don't know. I mean, it's one moment you have nothing, and then there's just next moment you're just having just abundance of wealth. Just don't even know what to do with it. Just don't know. I guess it's time to be a philanthropist at this point. I mean, will it happen again next month? Let's find out. But all I'm saying is, all this goddamn money, I'm just getting uncomfortable. Oh my god. Need to call the police now because I know the robbers are coming. Oh man. What a glorious day to everybody except for who can't pay child support on time. By the way, oh my god, pay your child support. It's the worst, man. I watched a man get ripped up out of his sleep. 6, 7 in the morning, man. They were not playing with his ass. Pay your child support, take care of your kids, you can get some wealth like me. Okay? let's not talk about that right now. I don't want to discourage any of the people who didn't get the $1,700 check, or the people who didn't, wouldn't even get $1,200, Hey, look, I was just like you one day. I mean, before, it seemed like it was just yesterday. I mean, I didn't have the $1,700, and then I woke up one morning, $1,700 was there. All I'm saying is, if you just keep being persistent, you just keep working at it. You get a Trump check, okay? Everybody get a Trump check. All right. Hey, and by the way, don't get mad at me because I'm telling you what you can do to get a Trump check. I'm telling you what you can do to get $1,700. All right? It's called having a baby. All right? It's the best investment you can make. Look, I made the baby for free, and I got $500. It doesn't matter how much I spend on daycare or how much I spend on diapers or food. I got $500 a day, so really the joke's not on me. Okay? And on top of that, I mean, look, claimed her when I filed, and so I got a little something extra for that. I'm just saying. Oh, but look at you, hot girl summer, even when it's not even summer. You're not thinking ahead, and if you were thinking ahead, you'd have many babies. You'd have 10 babies, all right? Because let's say, what if they roll it out again? Actually, I'm joking right now, but goddamn, 500 per kid. And like I said, I anticipate this happening again, not the pandemic, or depending on which side you are, the plandemic. But I think we haven't seen the end of these Trump checks. In our journey to universal basic income, you got a taste of it. How do I feel about Cardi in politics? I don't at all. The downside of that is that, I mean, people just blindly follow people they like. So, I mean, if you like somebody and your mind isn't made up, then somebody's going to make your mind up for you. So, I don't know. That's not my concern right now. I mean, I don't even really want to talk about celebrities, not too much. I need to know who's going to go under first before I start even discussing them like they're, like they're decent human beings, man. It takes a lot to get to where a lot of these people are, When I say a lot, I mean a lot of A lot of taboo, I would say. That's an understatement. Politics pushing her in it. I don't know. I don't know exactly what you mean. All right, but what I do know is that she has a bigger following than most politicians. You know? Pretty much all of them, except for Trump. So naturally, you would want to have an influencer like that. You want to be in their ear. You want them in your pockets, whatever it is. I don't know. That's not even my focus right now. I've been looking at shit behind the scenes, or what I think is going on behind the scenes, or what I believe is going on behind the scenes, because, you know, for the past few years, I've been connected to a lot of people really tapped in. If only you could see my screen. Yeah, everybody asking me about that $1 million check I got today. You know, calm down, calm down. I'll be spreading the wealth to all poor people that I know. Okay. You think I'm not a generous person? You think that oh my God. See, I'm getting emotional now. Just thinking about everything that I had to do for that $1,700 to find me. Okay? Like, you just don't know. Alright? I was born with a silver spoon, but it wasn't made out of silver. Okay? You couldn't go cash it in, alright? You couldn't barter with it. You can only eat with it. Okay? And you know, heat up heroin and, you know, things like that. Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah. Well, thank you, my friend. Your validation means a lot. Uh, and I can appreciate how persistent you are. I mean, I think I'm fairly persistent myself, but there's a lot that stops me from being as persistent as I would want to be. So that's just a great deal of apprehension that comes from, I don't know, you don't want anybody to say anything hurtful, you don't want people to put you down, but also you get to that point where you're like, man, fuck it. So I'm like, I be flirting with both sides, but mainly on the fuck it side, because I'm just like, man, put that shit out there. Well, thank you. I mean, we gotta, see, I was just thinking about this last night. I'm drinking myself to sleep. That I was thinking that, yeah, it's actually about that time that we start, that I start working with more people. So, yeah, man, let's go ahead and do that. You're pretty long-winded. I taught myself how to be somewhat long-winded, but, you know, if you get to talking, I won't have to say too much of anything. I just listen, write down a couple questions, you know. It's really that simple. And besides, with all of the big, powerful people in media set to, you know, lose their spot, you know what I'm saying? There's gonna be room for us bootleggers. I don't know. I couldn't think of because I didn't want to say underground, but I wanted to have something with like a mysterious. Bootlegging doesn't really sound all that mysterious. It sounds very ghetto, but 100 years ago, I mean, bootlegging was the way. You try to take alcohol away from us now, guess what? We making some money off that shit. All right. Yeah, but enough about that because I'm drawing blanks as to time periods and all those things. But anyway, yeah, shout out to all of my rich people. You woke up, you got yourself a check, you're feeling good about yourself. Don't spend it all in one place, my friends. You know, I might go and get myself a 5-star dinner at a Chipotle personally, you know. Go ahead and tell them to put in the guacamole on the side and on it. How about a couple of bags of chips, you know? People starving in Africa, you know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure that you eat extra for the people who just can't eat at all, you know? What they should have done is got themselves a Trump, you know? I mean, what can I say, you know? By the way, somebody's gonna, there's a bunch of bright people on my friends list, but Somebody gonna think that I'm fucking serious. But let's see, where are we? I done talked about all my predictions, so again, I understand that a lot of people may be upset about the times. Well, that's good to hear. So I know a lot of people may be upset about the times. There's a lot of uncertainty. They aren't giving you much. At this time, I would tell you to really turn to whatever your higher power is, turn to your spirituality, to really open up the realm of possible, not open up your vision towards what could be, because I think a lot of you will be surprised by what may actually happen this year. All right, so I've been listening to a lot of briefings and a lot of things that wouldn't surface right now for obvious reasons. I mean, because one thing you need to know when we go through all of the hustle and bustle in life, that there are unforeseen things, not even unforeseen things, but things that are taking place that simply won't find its way to the media. So we can all understand that in war, there are going to be things that you don't hear about. There are going to be secret operations. And I believe that's the case what's happening right now. The reason why we are living in a time that greatly that to some people resembles a type of Nazi Germany. Some of the things that you've heard about what happened under NDAA martial law, and yes, things are still subject to change. Anything can happen when we talk about Murphy's third law, but I think it looks that way, but the outcome will be, goddamn, it's gonna be a complete opposite, man. The complete opposite. So what are some of the signs? Well, maybe it's still fairly early to say. Everything that I want to say about all the things that aren't happening, but, and I never talk about this. For one, I don't think that the economy is going to go to shit, and if it does, it won't last long. All right. And yes, I do believe things like a universal income is sustainable. That's why you see other countries doing it right now. Look, let me give you a history lesson, okay? Actually, it's not even much of it's a history lesson, but it's not even what I was going to say. But what I will say is that there were a couple presidents who got murdered in trying to separate themselves from the Federal Reserve. And I mean, if you don't know how powerful the Federal Reserve is, when you go to get a loan from the bank doesn't just give you the money. They, sign off with the Federal Reserve, say, hey, I got somebody trying to get something from me for this interest rate. Let me get it from you for a lower interest rate. That's how it works. So there are rumblings right now. You say, oh, where's all this money coming from? God damn, $2 trillion already? Like, where it come from? Oh, you throwing out more money? And then black people say, oh, where are reparations at? You know what I'm saying? Which is understandable. So what would make sense to me, tying this to something that may or may not be true, that I'm starting to hear more of, is that America, low key, isn't under the Federal Reserve anymore. And what I heard is that America has taken the place of the Federal Reserve, so we'll see about that. And what that means is that they hold credit. They give out credit to 180 something countries, 186 countries, which is ironic because I don't know how many countries there are, but I believe 184 countries have to deal with this shit right now, the coronavirus pandemic. So it's very interesting. But if that is true, it's safe to say, if you tie that to the amount of evil rich people that may or may not go down, that would put us in a pretty good position to collect universal basic income. And I believe that is the way. That doesn't mean, no more jobs. That doesn't mean, okay, if you're a firefighter, no more firefighting. You know what I'm saying? No more being a hero. No, so jobs will still exist. But money, people need things, so money's going to keep going into the economy, okay? All right. that should be the norm. I believe that will be the new norm, like the level of like morale. Like imagine I mean, a lot of you guys woke up $1,200. For me, $1,700 for some of you people who just don't want to wear condoms. Fucking $5,000. Um, and it felt good. It felt like you got something for nothing. Now, I'm not going to say you got something for nothing. I mean, from the moment you're born, money is being made on your name. All right. When you go to school, all of these things, a lot of money's being made on your name. So you earned it. Don't blow it. All right. Treat it like something you just worked 2 weeks for or whatever. You earned it. But the feeling of waking up and having that sense of security, if that becomes the norm, it's going to be great for morality. Like, who knows how interactions with homeless people, and by the way, maybe homeless people get taken care of in this situation too. I'm not talking about with these $1,200 checks. I'm just saying, because one thing that we know is that there's enough real estate, there are enough homes in America to house the homeless 6 times over. So the space is there. There's enough wealth in this world. There's enough wealth being hoarded where homelessness could be eradicated. And I mean, quite frankly, a country is about as strong as its weakest link. So, although I think that we live in a time where we can actually see a country that we love, we have a long way to go. I can't call this country, like some people may say, oh, well, yeah, me too. Yeah, I mean, yeah, me too. I mean, I think about it all the time. And if you're from this area, you drive. You don't have to go too far to see homeless people. That's all I'm saying. You drive through D.C., man. I mean, you damn near see them on every fucking block, man. I mean, it's sad, because. Okay, so when you got isolation, which deteriorates the brain, drug use, lack of nutrition, all those things kind of work in unison. It makes kind of living on your own very unsustainable. These people need help. These people need all types of help. But that's what I foresee. And I know, I mean, people have been just laughing at me. I mean, damn near my whole life. But it's just what I see. Some people call me romantic, but I'm really not that way. I can be very pessimistic. I like to call myself a realist. So in order for me to say these things to a bunch of people who they just may be experiencing a great deal of uncertainty, it's because I truly do believe that. And at the very least, I know that it is sustainable and it's possible. And that's what people need to know. All right? It definitely is. When people talk about eating the rich, you have no idea. They ain't talking about no fucking millionaires. Like, I mean, god damn. The thing for me is, and the thing that I want to preach to a lot of you is just, man, patience. If you never had patience, this is the time you find it. All right, this is the time you let go of, I don't know, the goddamn rodent in your pants, and you just, be present. It's interesting. You take on a life of spirituality and self-help and the betterment of yourself and your outcome. Sorry, my nose is just stuffy, but and you never know when you're really going to need to tap in. So all of the spiritual work I was doing, I mean, it wasn't for anything, but at a time like this, it's even more so needed because I mean, let's face it, man. A lot of us we can't really deal with uncertainty, and I don't blame anyone who can't. All right. Unless, of course, uncertainty becomes your certainty. But, I mean, we have convinced ourselves that we are animals, and that's kind of to our detriment, because if you take a look at a lot of animals, one of my favorite animals, the wolf. You watch these documentaries or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But, the wolves aren't getting too upset if they miss a kill. Sometimes they gotta go until. That's literally what it is. You just keep hunting until. All right? And this is something I like to talk about all the time when you talk about animals, is most predators fail most of the time. All right? And I like bringing up the analogy of baseball players. The best baseball player be lucky if you can hit the ball 30% of the time. They give you $40 million a year for that. Sometimes more, maybe. I don't know. With the way the deals are set up, pay you more up front, less on the back end, which makes sense as a player starts to decline. But that's why I'm a big fan of the great equalizer, which is the law of probability, aka when you go get yourself some raffle tickets, you don't buy one, you may buy about 10 of them. Increase your chances that much, times 10. All right? Or something like that. I don't know. The more you put in, the greater your chance. All right? That's the law of probability for you. Okay? A numbers game. But somebody talk to me. What's going on right now? How's the quarantine changed your life? Has things gotten better for you? Me personally, I've been focusing on the good, but I can see how I took a hit. But regardless, I've benefited from this situation, and probably will even more so, because this is phase one. This is phase one. By the way, and I don't know the exact terminology for all of this, because it's new to me. And if I understand the concept, I don't really hold on to the words, so forgive me. But also, there's stimulus checks for small business owners, and that includes people who don't own corporations, or who don't own LLCs or anything like that. Like even contractor, or operating with your Social Security. All of that is included. And there's some vague phraseology on the website, kind of giving me reason to believe that they're just trying to give the money away, and they're not finished, by the way. Because there's a lot of people who applied for the small business loan. Apply for that. If they expanded the unemployment benefits, so if work has cut down a little bit, if you claim you have a hard time finding work, then you may be liable to collect some unemployment as well. Man, apply for everything that they're giving out to you right now. It's have no shame in it, my friends. Apply for everything that's being put out right now. Everything. All right, now maybe you can't pull the food stamps or whatever, but pretty much everything else, man, go ahead and apply. All right. Some of the worst things are the best things to happen to you. That's what I believe. So, and that ain't no look on the bright side mumbo jumbo. It's definitely perspective. But you have a choice. You have a choice, okay? So, you can look to the sun or you can look to the ground. Either way, it's still there. And you always have that option, till the clouds come, but it's still there, And so long as you know it's still there, then, you don't have to worry about it. I don't know. What I do know is that, I like to joke a lot. People don't know if I'm serious or not, but what I do know is that, to whom it may concern. All right. So you receive a check like this all at once. It's not big money, It's something. With the right investments, you can definitely do something with this. And I know. I survived last year with no job. I mean, I kind of burned out towards the end. Just a couple of mistakes that I made, but just overall made it through. But with that being said, I would just kind of try to caution everybody. Just move a little slow. Make some calculated moves. Take some calculated risk. Just make sure that you have control of the pace. Just slow it down, man. A lot of people, man, they get a check like this and they just be on some Taliban shit, man. For real. Calm down. Calm your little ass down, motherfucker. You got nowhere to go. All right. Don't go around abusing Amazon right now. All right, man. Really think about what you want to do with this, man. It's a great time to invest in yourself. So I've been kind of briefly thinking. I haven't been up that long, not an hour. Just briefly thinking about where I can go next as far as investing in myself. All right. Do I pay off my car insurance so I don't have to worry about monthly checks? That sounds good. By the way, this video has been brought to you by Arise and companies like Arise, okay? So, if you ever heard about Arise, go to Google and type in companies like Arise. And Arise, they offer you a type of training that will allow you to work from home. But again, I'm sure that there are other companies that offer that as well. And you, my friends, you, my lucky friends, can benefit from the new boom. And of course, nobody's going to be talking. There's so much to talk about right now. There's so much going on. It's going to be even more to talk about. But if it hasn't happened yet, I'm sure the seeds have been planted. There will be a boom in work from home jobs. Simply put, man. And it's like, I don't really see why you need to go in for things that you can do at home. To be honest with you, we're not kids, okay? And I feel like that makes more sense. You spend all this money to live where you live, you deserve to spend a lot more time there. Like, what the fuck? If you can get the goddamn job done in your boxers, okay. What the fuck? So, some of those old ways are dying off, okay? Basically, if you can work from home, then, you should. I mean, so that's where we're going, okay? That's the world that I believe in, okay? That's sustainable to me. That's happiness to me, okay? So just imagine, now this isn't optimal, but just imagine if you're one of these people, now you're working from home, telecommuting, whatever it is, and I don't know, you just got off a phone call or whatever it is, and you say, you know what, I think I'm gonna have some wine and smoke some weed or something like that, and so you do, and then you come back and you get the job. You still get the job done. Okay, problem solved. There you go. I don't know. Maybe that sounds a little bit toxic, a little bit immature. I'm just saying. That's freedom. Okay, that's real liberty. Okay. If you get the job done effectively, that's all I care about. If I owned the type of business where I had employees, just get the goddamn job done. And not no bare minimum shit. Get the job done exactly how I wanted to do. I don't care if you smoke weed. I mean, like weed is a big thing at this point, but you know what I'm saying. That would have been my stance no matter what the circumstance was with marijuana, Just don't let your destructive habits fuck my business up, all right? So, I used to know somebody who used to, man, a big dude, man, well, I say used to, I mean, if he doesn't, it's because he's dead, but he used to drink, like, man, a lot of fucking beers. He'd come to work snorting pills and shit, crushed up pills. Probably smoke a little weed or whatever. Worked fast as hell. He got a lot of shit done for a big dude. I mean, he definitely got a lot of bad feedback, but that shit ain't seem to bother him, and it didn't mess up his pockets either. And he keep paying his ass. So, I don't know. But with that being said, my friends, because I had to check in, I had to act like I was a rich person to start this video off, but then I gotta start talking about serious shit because, I don't know. Here I go, being all grim and shit. Can't even enjoy $1,700. Just look at it and not smile or nothing. But with that being said, look, man, keep your head to the goddamn sky. I ain't playing with you.